Hi guys, okay, so I realized that the first couple hundred views or so that I'm going to get on here are probably going to come from people that I know in real life. That's mainly because I'm linking this video directly to my Facebook. It's kind of my way of just coming out to all of the people that I haven't come out to yet. I know I have come out to quite a few of you, but basically, I figured I'd just take care of everything all at once and just make it, Facebook official or whatever, just to, get it out of the way, because I don't want to be answering a million questions every time I bump into someone that I know, in real life. I just don't have the time or patience for that. Anyway, for those of you that do know me and those of you that just kind of stumbled across this video, I guess this is an introduction to me, because this is my first video. So, hello, my name is Amy. I am a male to female transsexual. I am 29 years old, and I live in Northern Connecticut, and I am at the very beginning of my transition, meaning I haven't actually started hormone therapy yet. I made the decision to actually start doing electrolysis first for a couple months and get rid of some of my facial hair, just because it's super dark and super obnoxious and takes me forever to cover up, and I just fucking hate it. Yeah, basically, I realized that I do kind of look a little boyish still, but that will change over time, especially as my hair grows out, because it's kind of a little bit on the shorter side at the moment. Also, just before I get started, quick side note to all of you that do know me in real life, realize that you know me as a completely different person. I want you to realize that that person no longer exists. He is dead. Well, actually, he never really existed in the first place. He was kind of a mask that I was forced to wear, just kind of to, push forward in life, I suppose, to get to the point where I am right now. But either way, that other name, the other A name that I used to go by, do not use that anywhere on my YouTube channel, please. Do not use it in the comments. I will delete your comment. I will come to your house, and I will cut you. I'm serious, so don't fucking do it. Anyway, the purpose of this video mainly is to, introduce myself, explain why exactly I intend on transitioning and what I intend on using my YouTube channel for. I also just that, I don't have time for, well, I really don't have the knowledge either for any sort of fancy schmancy schmizzle schmazzle video editing, where the words pop all over the screen and all that nonsense. So what you're going to get here is pretty much, an unscripted, unedited video with me just talking until, I feel like I'm done, basically. Yeah, basically, I guess the logical first place to start would be why I intend on transitioning. Now, as far as trans people are concerned, just because I have met quite a few of them actually recently, all of us kind of have different motivations as far as why we would want to transition. For me, I guess it's more of like a spiritual thing than a physical. I'm not one of those that is totally freaked out by the fact that I have a penis. I could care less, honestly. Gender is more than what is between your legs. And I've always kind of believed that. But, most of you, 99.9% of you, are probably never going to see me naked anyway. So, why should I fucking care, right? Yeah, the main reason I intend personally on transitioning, it's more about, matching my outward appearance with how I feel on the inside. Personally, I've never felt like I fit into any typical, male gender role, and pretty much spent my entire life, forcing any sort of masculine behaviors because they don't come naturally to me. Up until recently, just trying to make it work for what it was because it was expected of me, I guess. And it's kind of like being, an animal trapped in a fucking cage. I've never really been able to properly express myself as a man because I've always known on the inside that I'm not one, and I'll never be one, no matter how hard I try. And I did try really hard for a really long time, and it just didn't work for me. Anyway, I hope by transitioning I'm finally going to be able to feel some sort of inner peace, like between my outward appearance and that'll be able to match who I am on the inside, and I'll actually be able to express myself for who I am instead of who I'm forced to pretend to be, if that makes sense. Those of you that know me in real life are probably saying, how did I never know about any of this? It was a secret. Especially, any of you that do actually know my family know that I come from an extremely conservative religious family, and I've been kind of, hiding this for a very long time because I knew that as soon as they found out I was basically going to be rejected by them, which is what happened. They found out a few weeks ago, and, my mother won't talk to me. My father's side of the family has actually been surprisingly accepting, which is cool because I still kind of have, some sort of family to talk to. But, you have to understand that I did have to, hide this side of myself because of my religious family. And they'll never understand really that, I'm not the way that I am by choice. I've always been this way. Gender dysphoria is something that you're born with, and there's no way to make it go away, no matter what you do. And I tried. I mean, in my case, I kind of numbed myself for years, actually, by self-medicating with drugs and alcohol. And it kind of, took basically, a good portion of a decade for me to realize that, doing that wasn't going to get me anywhere. It was just going to keep bringing me down. And, the gender issues were always still in the back of my head, no matter what I did, no matter how hard I tried to run away, no matter what I did to numb it. And it got to a point basically where I felt like I was living a lie. I felt like, what's the point of going forward? I mean, I wasn't even really doing anything with my life. And I know that there's a lot of things that I'm good at, and I just wasn't doing anything. And I was becoming more and more depressed, essentially, because, I felt like I was wasting my life because I wasn't living the way that I wanted to. It kind of just got to a point where I had to accept who I was, and had to accept the fact that, my family and some other people were probably going to reject me for that. And that's okay, because I can make new friends. I can make new family. I mean, it sucks. It really does, coming to terms with this kind of stuff. But, I mean, it's something that I personally had to do in order to be able to move on, because I felt like I was just kind of, going through the motions and not really living my life. So, anyway, that's personally why I decided to transition. As far as the YouTube channel is concerned, I mean, well, first and foremost, I'm going to be using it to document my transition, essentially. And I mean, what kind of helped me come to terms with who I am was there's a lot of other videos from other trans females on YouTube. And, I kind of watching all of them and seeing what they went through gave me the courage to finally be able to accept who I am. And I saw all these girls, like, bearing their souls basically to me online, and felt like I kind of had to, give back basically to the community and do something. So, I mean, basically over the course of my transition, and probably past that too, I mean, just, a good portion of the videos at least are going to be kind of just explaining what I'm going through, what kind of changes I'm going through, how other people are reacting to me, just what it's like in general. Also, I mean, that's not all, I guess. I mean, because I do, know that there is a lot more to me than my transition, essentially. So there's a couple other things too. I mean, I intend on, one of my, biggest passions is, right here too, hula hoop. And I love hooping. I've been doing hoop dance for about a year, so I wouldn't consider myself a pro. I wouldn't consider myself an amateur either. Kind of somewhere in the middle, but I do practice for an hour or two every day. So I mean, I get better every day with it. But anyway, that's kind of the other half, basically, of what I'm going to be using my channel for is hula hoop videos and tutorials on how to do tricks. Because, I mean, even though, like I said, I'm not a pro, I do know a lot of them, and as I learn more, obviously, I'll put tutorials up for those as well. One other thing as well, I mean, it's probably not going to be one of the main focuses of my YouTube channel, but I did go to school for art, so kind of, probably use a little bit of it to promote my art, even though I actually am, going to be just making a website for that. And if any of you guys are interested in seeing it, I mean, there's a lot of it up on my Facebook, and I will, on my About Me page or whatever, I'll put a link to my Facebook. You can go up there and see, any of my art if you want to. Or if you, curious, you can just ask me questions. I mean, I'm online. I work at a computer about 8 hours a day, so and I'm allowed to be online, like on Facebook and stuff while I'm there. So, I mean, if you have any questions, you can email me or message me over Facebook or anything like that. And, I'll try to get back to you as fast as I can. I am online every day. So, yeah, anyway, if you are still there, thank you for watching my video. That's about it, I guess, for now. There will be, other ones coming pretty soon. And if you guys do have any questions for me, I mean, I'd be more than happy to answer them in whatever upcoming videos I have. Just, leave a comment, ask whatever questions you have. I know I still have a long journey ahead of me. I look forward to being able to, share my experiences with you as I grow, into my new body, essentially. But yeah, anyway, If you guys do support what I'm doing here, please subscribe to my channel and like my videos. I'll love you forever if you do. And anyway, sorry. But yeah, sorry, there's a cat over there doing weird stuff. Anyway, yeah, that's about it. Again, like my videos, subscribe to my channel, share it with your friends, please. Otherwise, until next time, bye-bye.